Jason was always in a hurry at the gym. He walked through the doors with 45 minutes before his next meeting, determined to maximize every second. He went straight to the bench press, grabbed the empty bar for 5 quick reps just to get the blood flowing, then loaded 185 pounds and started his working sets. The first set felt tight but manageable. The second set felt heavier than usual, but he pushed through. On the third set, second rep, a sharp stabbing pain shot through his shoulder like lightning. He racked the weight immediately, rolled his shoulder a few times, and figured it was just a minor tweak. But the pain didn't go away. It lingered for days, then weeks. Jason kept training through it, convinced it would work itself out. 3 months later, he couldn't lift his arm above shoulder height without wincing. The MRI revealed a torn rotator cuff that required 6 months of physical therapy and complete training cessation. I'm Miguel, and I've got your raw daily fuel for today. All of this happened because Jason tried to save 5 minutes by skipping his warm-up. 5 minutes of preparation could have prevented 6 months of forced recovery, thousands of dollars in medical bills, and the complete derailment of his fitness progress. Today we're talking about why your warm-up isn't just important, it's more important than your actual workout. Because the best workout is the one that doesn't injure you. Here's what Jason didn't understand about cold muscles and dormant neural pathways. When you walk into the gym, your body is in maintenance mode. Blood flow to your muscles is minimal. Your joints are stiff and poorly lubricated. Your nervous system hasn't activated the small stabilizer muscles that protect your joints under load. Your movement patterns are sluggish and uncoordinated. Jumping straight into heavy loading is like flooring the accelerator on a car with a cold engine. You might get away with it a few times, but eventually something expensive is going to break. In Mexico, we understand that preparation determines outcome. You don't start cooking without heating the pan. You don't drive without checking your mirrors. You don't build a house without laying a foundation. Training follows the same principle. Proper preparation prevents poor performance and protects against injury. A proper warm-up accomplishes multiple physiological processes simultaneously. It increases blood flow to working muscles, delivering oxygen and nutrients while removing waste products. It elevates muscle and joint temperature, making tissues more pliable and less susceptible to strain. It activates dormant muscle groups, particularly the small stabilizers that protect joints during heavy loading. Most importantly, it rehearses the movement patterns you're about to perform under significant stress. The warm-up sequence should follow a specific progression that builds systematically toward your training demands. First comes joint mobility. Shoulder circles, hip circles, ankle rotations. Simple movements that wake up your nervous system and lubricate your joints. This isn't about stretching or flexibility, it's about activating dormant pathways and preparing your joints for movement. Second comes muscle activation. Glute bridges to turn on your posterior chain. Band pull-aparts to activate your rear delts and rhomboids. Dead bugs to wake up your deep core stabilizers. These exercises target the small muscles that tend to shut down during sedentary activities but are crucial for joint protection during loading. Third comes movement rehearsal. This is where you practice the exact patterns you'll perform under load but with minimal resistance. Empty bar bench press, bodyweight squats, light deadlifts. You're teaching your nervous system the movement patterns while gradually increasing the demands on your tissues. Here's what you should never do during your warm-up. Static stretching. Holding stretches before lifting decreases your power output and force production by 5 to 10%. Static stretching temporarily reduces muscle tension and neural drive, the exact opposite of what you want before heavy lifting. Save static stretching for after your workout when muscles are warm and recovery is the goal. Studies consistently show that athletes who perform proper dynamic warm-ups reduce their injury risk by 30 to 50% while improving their performance markers. They generate more force, move with better coordination, and recover faster between sessions. Meanwhile, those who skip warm-ups or perform them inadequately suffer more injuries and plateau faster. Your warm-up should take a minimum of 5 to 10 minutes before every training session. Lower body days require longer warm-ups because you are loading larger muscle groups and more complex movement patterns. Upper body days can be slightly shorter but should never be skipped entirely. Match your warm-up to your workout. If you're squatting, focus on hip and ankle mobility with glute and core activation. If you're bench pressing, emphasize shoulder mobility with rotator cuff and rear delt activation. Don't waste time doing upper body mobility work before a leg day. Jason learned this lesson the expensive way. When he returned to training after 6 months of physical therapy, he committed to never skipping his warm-up again. He spent 10 minutes before every session on joint mobility, muscle activation, and movement rehearsal. His performance improved immediately. His joints felt better, his energy was higher throughout his workouts. More importantly, he never got injured again. The time he invested in preparation paid dividends in consistent training progress over years instead of months of forced breaks. Your challenge this week is to add a proper warm-up sequence to every training session. Spend 5 to 10 minutes on joint mobility, muscle activation, and movement rehearsal before touching a loaded barbell. Track how your performance and joint comfort improve compared to jumping straight into heavy work. Film your warm-up once to ensure you're performing quality movements instead of just going through the motions. A good warm-up should leave you feeling energized and ready to perform, not fatigued or rushed. I'm Miguel, and that's your Raw Daily Fuel. Remember, the best workout is the one that doesn't injure you. 5 minutes of warm-up protects months of progress. If this resonated with you, subscribe to Raw Daily Fuel. Diverse voices, global perspectives, one mission, giving you the preparation that prevents setbacks.